I say, how you doing today? How you doing today? Y'all already know it's your favorite rapper, the best film writer and director in St. Louis. Facts, award-winning published author, actor, journalist, actor, business owner, nominated Hollywood music artist, double award bestseller, battle rapper, service of the year recipient, Lacey G. Soldier Turner. Who raised these ninjas? Hey, listen, man. I got a very special guest with me today, man. We about to talk about something that's been going down in the city, mayoral race, man. For the past few weeks, it's been a lot of drama, been a lot of diss songs, everything that's been happening going on about Kara Spencer and Tashara Jones. So I got my boy up here for to, talk about a couple things about, these candidates, the race, everything. So we about to get into this. So without further ado, y'all already know the man who ain't never afraid to speak his mind. We got Wayne PK Phillips in the building. Welcome to the platform, Wayne.
What's going on, Soldier? What's going on, man? It's been a minute.
Facts, man. Facts, man. You already know. When we come together, it can be crazy. So we'll check this out. I don't know if there's a pause, but look, check this out.
I don't do the pause thing, man. I understand what you meant. So it is what it is.
We the same thing. St. Louis, hey, listen, man. St. Louis niggas don't do pause. I don't even know I'm trying to say that anyway. So look, I posed the question to you, and you might, I got a couple questions for you, and you might answer some of these questions in this question that I asked, but I'm still gonna bring them back. So my question that I did pose to you yesterday, we had the election, and Kara Spencer won by a landslide against Tashara Jones. And I asked you, why do you think she won by a landslide? So can you answer that question?
Why do I think Kara Spencer won by a landslide? First things first, that's a multifaceted question. So this answer gonna come in a few parts. Off rip, Kara got the South Side. She's been, she's from there. She was over 8th Ward. I forget what ward she was over before the wards merged, but she got the South Side. She's a well-liked and loved person with the community over there. So that's that. So she had the South Side. And then, two, she has white people that's willing to vote for her. Like, people can sit up here and act like it's not a thing. It's not too many people that's impartial that's like, I'm really going to vote for the best candidate. People prefer to vote for people that look like them. In her particular case, though, so getting that white vote, the South Side vote of the ward that she was over, all of that, cool. The problem comes in, and it's one of the biggest problems that led to her win, because, you know what I'm saying, only 21% of voters came out, and she got 63 or 64 of that 21%, is that a lot of black people didn't get out and vote, and a lot of the black people that did went and voted for Kara because they had whatever beef that they had with Tashara Jones. So that's what, pushed that. Not to mention Kara got millionaire and billionaire backers, and the Bob Barker looking ass dude, Bob Clark, who's the CEO of Clayco, the CEO of Brinkman Construction, the CEO of Arco Construction, was backing her along with a lot of other people who got some paper, you know what I'm saying? So the propaganda machine got the rolling. And unfortunately, when it comes to black people, which helped push that vote, is that black people are painfully ignorant, and some of them are just outright stupid when it comes to political processes. I know everybody want to, you know what I'm saying? I know it sounds cool to be like, man, I don't do the politics shit, man. I know that shit sound cool, but dumbass, you should at least know it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, because that directly affects you. So to answer the question of how Kara won by such a large margin was because of that. One last thing, right? One last thing too, that also led to, between ignorance of voting, of motherfuckers choosing to not vote, which I think is the dumbest shit in the world, and the black people that chose to vote for Kara, listening to all this bullshit and whatever, it's like motherfuckers, like, black people unfortunately can be their own worst enemy.
Mm.
What I've learned over the years is that when it comes to black people specifically, when a white person is in charge of some shit politically, they don't ask questions. They just bitch and complain about what doesn't go their way because because for them that's just the status quo. They're gonna be like, man, them white people gonna do what the fuck they want to do. I'm pretty sure you've heard that line before, right?
The whole time.
But for some wild reason, when a black person, becomes in power and they in office, motherfuckers expect them, like, the wide range of emotions of what they expect them to do be crazy. It be everything from motherfucking like, oh, nigga, the gas prices gonna change to like, all that bitch ass shit you white people was putting us through. Yeah, we got somebody black in now. Yeah, y'all gonna get that. Like, it's people who really think like that. And they really feel like if we not getting that, I don't want to fuck. And it's like, that's not how the fuck that works. The mayor doesn't control gas prices, pimp. No, as much as motherfuckers would like to live that radical, no, motherfucking the white areas that these people live in not finna get treated like the north side, because remember, they're still a public servant. They have to serve everybody. And it's motherfuckers who just like, man, nigga, they been saying fuck us, shit, fuck them. And when that don't happen, they whatchamacallit. So a lot of people are very ignorant to the fact of how shit works. A lot of people not even aware of the power that a mayor has. I get long-winded, so I'm finna wrap this up. But I get long-winded, so I'm gonna wrap this up. But it's just like mugs real ignorant. That's the easiest way I can put it before I go down this diatribe. So go ahead, bro.
So let me ask you this. What everything going on, like with the murders, the crime rate, homelessness, Cora Spencer ran her campaign off potholes.
She ran her shit off potholes, trash. First things first, I say this. Cora Spencer is one of the biggest hustlers ever because she won a mayor's race off of alderman's campaign. Quick civic lesson for the people that's watching or eventually will see this. When your trash don't get picked up, that's not the mayor's job. It's your alderman's job. Big ass potholes and shit on your street, and they come and put them little puss ass cookie crumbs in the hole, and then it opens up. Then we get flash flood rain, and it sink down in there because that shit didn't get to set good, and then as cars ride over, it's mush and then squeeze out and then make the hole wider and all that shit. That's your alderman's job. Nuisance property next to your shit, your alderman's job. That's not the mayor's job at all. But she ran on this bullshit, and people, like I said, the South Side, they at least her area, they ate this shit up, despite the fact the 8th ward that she ran, it ain't that hot. You know what I'm saying? It's better than other places, but it ain't that fucking great. You know what I'm saying? And they put all this shit on her. The homeless shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tashara had shit to answer for, because I told that lady to her face when I first met her. I was like, I don't think you're the best mayor in the world. I don't, but I do believe you're the best option we got. And granted, she lost last night, and you know what I'm saying? Salute to Tashara Jones.
Randy said, okay, we got that. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be respectfully. Let's not read nobody comments because I don't know how to interpret that. But anywho, point I'm making is that she salute. I forgot my train of thought. What was the last shit I just said?
We was talking about the potholes and
that shit. Basically, motherfucking, she ran on some bullshit, and then when she won, she never mentioned nothing about bettering downtown until she won. And now she like, we gonna make this the best downtown ever, and it's gonna be trickle down economics and all this other shit to make other areas better. Baby, hustler. She hoodwinked the shit out of motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Let me piggyback off that. I want to ask your opinion of this. what do you think about her? Like going to the Zodiac Lounge and drinking with the older people. Like, you think that just like it was a photo op or manipulation
I
technique?
tell you, first things first is a politician being a politician. That lady will never step foot on the North, not one more time now that she's in office. It's not gonna happen. She barely did it. She barely, if ever, did it when she was an alderman. She's damn sure not gonna do it as a mayor. Them old heads in the Zodiac Lounge, they just look at it like, oh shit, I got a sale. Or if they was dumb enough to be like, oh, somebody told her who that was, probably gave it to him for free. So now you got nothing. She ain't finna be like, hey man, if you over here off Grand and Natural Bridge by the churches, man, you gotta stop at the Zodiac Lounge. Great place, great trade, good drinks. She's never gonna fucking do that. They ain't got on need a promotion. We know that's where all the young girls go to go holler at sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? Find them a sugar daddy. We know that. Carl Spencer ain't in there looking for no sugar daddy.
Right. That is a fact. So I think you went to, I don't know if you went to one or a couple of, for the people who didn't go to
I went to a gang of them. If you talking about the forums, I went to a gang of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, the town hall meetings and the, the base that they had. Can you tell the people how was that, being there?
Which one specifically?
The one I think you said it was one where Tashara showed up.
Oh, the shit in Baden. All right, boom, cool. I already told this story, so I'll give a short version, right? It was a mayoral forum earlier that day that was at the Urban League right here off that's inside the old Sears building, right? They was both there, it ended. And then it was a meet and greet for Carl Spencer at I forget the name of the place. It's an old grocery store. I thought it was vacant because I always see the light. I don't even see no lights on in there, but apparently they do shit out of there. Not as a grocery store, but it's like mostly an office building for whatever. Right. And they threw a meet and greet. This was thrown by her supporters and her team for her to talk to the residents of Baden. Right. And, I don't know nothing about this lady. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I've been hearing what you're saying, but I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to get informed and all that. So I'm like, I want to hear what you have to say when you're not, competing. You know what I'm saying? At a forum. So I go. And not gonna lie, it was a cool event for what it was. And we was there for about a good 30 minutes. And while we was there, you know what I'm saying? It was the people in Baden asking questions about like people dumping their tires in the park and people speeding down Hall Street and wrapping their cars in their backyards and taking out their fences and all this other stuff, right? Cool. And she was saying, oh my God, I plan to do this, that, and the third about that and this and da-da-da-da-da. That was a cool little 30 minutes. And you know what I'm saying? She had a couple jabs in there for Mayor Jones, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever. After like, that went on for about a good 30 minutes. Then the mayor walks in, right? Public reports will have you believe that she mobbed in dumb like deep. No, she showed up her one cop as her security and her campaign manager. That's it, right? Mind you, she didn't come in and disrupt nothing. She just walked in. And I'm talking about the second she walked in, I started laughing because I was like, fuck, nah, that's hilarious. But the energy in the room got weird as fuck all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, Carl Spencer couldn't finish a sentence. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't get through a complete thought, none of that. You know what I mean? And it was like crazy. Like you will appreciate this reference. You know who Foghorn Leghorn is, right?
Yeah, of course. The course.
Yeah, the chicken from Looney Tunes. Yeah. That's what she turned into. Her face got flushed. I say boy. I say boy. She couldn't, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't complete a fucking sentence, bro. Then she wound up finishing answering. She stuttered through somebody's question. And then she went off, you know what I'm saying? Actually, no, Tashara Jones came and she put her flyers on her table, all her reading material. Then she came and sat down in the front row less than 3 feet away from Carl Spencer where she was talking. There was no barrier or divide. Like if they was gonna fight, like it'd have been nothing stopping that. Not saying that would have happened, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? She sat up here, answered that lady question, and she went off to the bathroom. She was gone for like a good 10, 12 minutes.
That's crazy.
Everybody, her team out here panicking, this, that, and the third, all the other shit. She come out, she try to answer a couple more questions. She still can't get through a sentence clean for nothing.
Mhm.
And yeah, bro, and they shut it down early. They ended the meet and greet early, despite the fact she never had a plan at none of the forums that I heard. Just seeing that alone was like that decided it for me, because it's like, lady, you this scared and terrified of this lady, you in a building. Hey, soldier, if you in a place 25 is you, your team, and your supporters,
Mhm.
y'all about a good 25, 28 deep. Say me and you competing for something, I might being with just two other people.
Mhm.
You gonna shut your shit down early because I came in?
Yeah, and I'm be comfortable. I'm be like, shoot, nigga, this is my spot. I run
You,
this.
you see what I'm saying? But nah, that lady and her team took tail and ran, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've come from some of the same backgrounds, bro. So you would know what like it's like a mug coming in, you know what I'm saying? Like a rapper going to a nigga he beefing with concert,
Facts.
and niggas strapped him. Mother like,
Yeah.
They strapped.
It's just like
You gotta get out of here.
look, it's like old boy. He came Men's to Society. He was like, hey, which one of y'all is came? Like, nigga, I'm in the hood with my people, my boy. Like, nigga,
Yeah,
niggas, you tripping, nigga?
that there decided it for me on top of everything else, because it's like I'm a personality and character guy. I watched you tuck tail and run. Me personally, if this was me in that situation, I would have threw a party in there. My goal would have been to get her to leave, because I'm finna talk crazy and she can't respond back. Oh my God, it's gonna get nasty in her. But that's not what happened. So yeah, that's the whole Baden situation, man. You know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, the short version.
All right, so let me play, I guess, a little devil advocate, to talk about what would you say your feelings are about people saying Tashara wasn't the best candidate because of the Rams money stuff. When the homeless people was down here, she wasn't doing nothing. But when Vice President Kamala Harris came, she done wiped all the tents and try to, do photo. So what do you say about all the people who just say she was not doing a great job, period, anyways?
All right, cool. We can answer both of them. First things first, let's start with that Rams money. She had when she was in the mayor, she had the power to approve, or she had yay or nay power, right? This is the thing though. The mayor didn't hold the Rams money up. The board of aldermen did, which Carver Spencer was an alderman before yesterday. The board of aldermen came together 3 separate times to discuss what to do with the Rams money. Now, obviously, they're all going to argue for more of that money getting spent in their wards. That's them doing their job. However, they came together 3 times and they literally could not come to an agreement that they, like, the news is on. There's news clips about this that say that they got hostile during these talks, that they just canceled them and like, we'll reconvene later. So much so that they said, you know what, we'll wait until after the mayor's race to figure out what we're gonna do with the Rams money. So that was on the board of aldermen why the Rams money didn't get spent. That was on them. Now, you didn't ask about the ARPA funds and all that. That was on
that too. He's talking about,
but that particular thing was on the mayor. However, she can't just do stuff. She has to talk to the board of aldermen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's called checks and balances for a reason. You know what I'm saying? She had the money allocated. The money had to be allocated by the end of 2024, which it was allocated, but it hasn't been spent yet. Right?
Gotcha.
Cool. The only thing that the board of aldermen agreed on the Rams money was spending $40 million on our water infrastructure. That's it. And that's because for real, all these old ass water mains under the ground been bursting. So it's like, all right, we kind of got to deal with this problem right now. But they couldn't agree on nothing else. So they held that up. As far as the homeless problem, quick history lesson. The last dumbass white mayor that we had, Lyda Cruiser, she shut down the Larry Rice Center, which is where all the homeless people downtown were staying at, right? Cool. Y'all like homeless people die. Like, I'm not to homeless people or unhoused, as they like to be politically correct about. Homeless people die every year. It sucks, but it's the truth, especially when it get cold outside. It didn't become an issue until Muggs wanted to use it against Tashara Jones. They die every year. You talking about a motherfucker cleaning out downtown for the vice president to get here. Hey, Lacey, if Tyler Perry wanted to come to your motherfucking crib and you got shit all over the motherfucking place, you gonna clean your shit up, right?
Facts. Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Y'all mad because this lady want to show a fucking good impression? And as bad as the homeless problem is downtown, that's the equivalent of just stuffing all this shit in the closet. They ain't going in there. They ain't gonna see it. So it's like they got on this lady head about minute shit. It's a homeless problem across the fucking country, not just in St. Louis. So it's like, yeah, man. Was she the best mayor? No, because like I said, it'd be one thing if they talked about her throwing Kim Gardner under the bus. If they would have talked about that, fair game. I can't defend you on that because I was offended by it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Or motherfucking people that that might have been on her staff. Granted, she had nothing to do with it, but Muggs was doing corrupt shit under her nose. Granted, she had nothing to do with it, but unfortunately, it happened on your watch. So it's like, it's like we, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to get held accountable for that. I get that. They never did that. They went for straight bullshit. That's not even this lady's job. They pulled at straws to be able to motherfucking to slander that lady name. You know what I'm saying? Then it's old black people who literally still got a beef with her pops. I'm like, you know what's crazy? Her pops was the comptroller, right? I think he got booked in the 90s for like tax fraud or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, right? You know what's crazy? Most people couldn't tell you without Googling it what the fuck a comptroller does.
It's for like the financial and records and all that type of stuff, right?
Yes.
Control.
Quick civics lesson, right? When it comes to money and finance, the comptroller is the CFO of the city, right? Chief Financial Officer. To put it in layman's terms, the treasurer keeps the books. The comptroller writes the checks. It's in the name. They control compensation. Comptroller.
Hold on. Why are you speaking that? Can you answer this question right here?
Yes, there's a chain of command when it comes to spending the city money. Yes, it is. The mayor can't just decide, man, you know what? We sitting on about a good shit, 300 million. And I'm gonna take me a quick 50 million over here. No, nigga, like it's not how the fuck that works. It's not how the fuck that works, man. No, it's not how that works, man. So yes, it is a chain of command when it comes to this type of stuff. But nah, unfortunately, black people, feel like when a motherfucker in power that they can do what the fuck they want. Like, let's just use Trump for instance, right? Oh, dumbass and chief. He don't just like, granted, is he doing a lot of dumb shit? Yes, but if you pay attention to the news, it's hella shit that's like, he's trying this, but it's not working.
Yeah.
But this tariff shit and all that stuff he's doing that's passing, the House of Representatives and the Senate and shit are backing him on this.
Yeah, they gotta approve it.
They're backing him on this. He ain't just, I'm writing this shit and that's the end of it. No, this is what he's doing. It goes to them. They like, bet 101 fucking % tariffs on China. Bet we with it. It's fucking stupid, but they backing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm gonna be real. I think it would be very wise of black people, especially our younger black people. I ain't gonna fake it to you. Our young adults, teenagers, kids, to get real hip on civics, because you know what I'm saying? You in your 40s, I'm in my 30s. Like, we're grown already. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us stuck in our ways. We kind of already at where we gonna be at, you know what I'm saying? On whatever we care about for the most part. But it's like, y'all the ones who gonna inherit this city. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be the ones here to deal with the aftermath of us. Now, granted, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has an expiration date, and hopefully nobody is gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is gonna leave soon. But you get what I'm saying. It's coming eventually.
Yeah.
And y'all are gonna be the ones who gonna have to pick up the bag.
I got a
So it's like,
question
yeah,
about that later too. Go ahead.
go no, yeah. I was done. I'm just saying they need to be more hip about it because that way they don't make the same mistakes that your peers and my peers have fucking made.
All right. Yeah. So I do that. Got a question about that, and what you just talked about too. But first, let me talk about this. So you spoke about this a little bit, but the St. Louis comptroller Darlene Green, she got unseated by Donna Berger for the first time in 30 years. So
30, that lady served 30
yeah,
years.
fact. So let me say that. So now there is no black executive leadership involved in the governance of this city. How do you feel about
False. False. On the board of aldermen, we still have Rasheem Aldrich, who is he's the only black man. He's the only black man on the board of aldermen. He'll be up for re-election in 2027, which what I'm saying, which he'll be my opponent when I run for alderman of 14th ward. Uh, he'll be my opponent then. I don't feel like getting into that right now, but he's a black man that's currently that's black on our city leadership. I'm gonna be real. I was so mad about last night. I didn't check the poll results. I don't know if Alicia Sonnier if she won last night for her ward.
it?
But if she did win, that's another black person that's on the board of aldermen. Um, but to answer your question, yeah, most of our leadership of the city, because the board of aldermen and the mayor are the people who run the city, is mostly white. Yeah, facts.
Let me ask you this one. So, what do you feel though about people like saying why I guess are we making this about race? Shouldn't it be about the candidate? Why you have to say a black person is?
Why is it about race? The thing is people want you to ignore shit because it doesn't sound good. But it's the unfortunate truth. St. Louis, Missouri as a whole is a fucking racist ass state. Facts. St. Louis as a whole is segregated as all shit, even in 2025. It's a little more intermingling going on, but for the most part, everybody is segregated for the most part. So it has to be talked about because it's an element that exists. There are people, white people, who voted for Carter Spencer solely because they didn't want to vote for a black lady due to racism. Do I believe all white people are racist? No, not the fuck at all. But we're not going to sit up here and act like it wasn't people who didn't vote for that lady solely because she was black. I don't even want to talk about the bullshit I done had to respond to, the ignorance of these motherfucking bitch ass people that was in comment sections of KSDK, Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 11, Voice of the People, Real STL News. Motherfucker, man, these white people in these comments talking crazy than a motherfucker. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We not finna act like that's not a thing. Also, quick history lesson. In the history, St. Louis was a city built on racism, bro. St. Louis was founded
Facts.
as a slave market.
Facts.
That's what it was founded as. That old ass courthouse you see downtown, which I wish that motherfucker would burn down personally. That motherfucker's where slaves. That's why it's called Market Street. That's where slaves were fucking sold at.
She said she did win.
All right, cool. I appreciate it. Cool. That's where slaves were sold at. That's what this city was built on, racism. In the history of this city, we've only had 3 black mayors. 3 of them. Freeman Bosley, Clarence Harmon, and now Tashara Jones. Motherfucking, you think all the white mayors we had from the beginning of the founding of this city all the way to what? I want to say shit. The 80s, low key the 90s. You think these motherfuckers gave a fuck about what was going on in black neighborhoods? Not the fuck at all. Not at all. No kind of a fuck given. So
I can vouch for that. We live here. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, so when money came into the city and all that shit, they focused on the white people. They did. Now, in the case of Freeman Bosley, I stay over here by the water towers and shit, College Hill, right? Cool. Freeman Bosley people is right here from Hyde Park, like 2 blocks up, right? Right, you know what I'm saying? Right next to the Dub. He's like the old people that knew who he was, and I guess some of his people and his family still stay over here. His son Brandon Bosley own a building over here. Motherfucking, they praise him, but you go through City Hall, man, they act like that nigga never existed. Now, granted, his campaign was full of corruption and all that. At least that's what I read on my history report of him. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing my research. But yeah, he got to serve his one term. Clarence Harmon, he was the first black chief of police and shit. He ran for mayor. He got it. You know what I'm saying? His reign was just like blah. He didn't do a bad job. He just didn't do a great job. And then Francis Slay, who dethroned him, he was like, oh, we got a new spunky young white guy who's heard, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's get Clarence old ass up out of here. And Francis Slay was the mayor for 16 years straight.
Right.
He won so much that at the end of his final term, he was like, I'm not running again. I'm done. I had my time. I'm finna go find me some other shit to do. You know what I'm saying? It's been cool though. So yeah, man, he got a permanent ass print in the chair in the mayor's office. He was sitting in that motherfucker so long.
Right.
Then we got that dumb bitch Lyda Cruiser, who I despise immensely. She ain't even mayor no more, and I still don't like that lady. Right? We got fucking Lyda Cruiser, and she fucked up so bad she didn't get past the primary of her re-election in 21, which opened the door for Carver Spencer and Tashara Jones. And we know Tashara took round 1 and Carver just won round 2. So that's that. But I give that history lesson for this reason, right? It's 16 years. His 16 years in my lifetime, now that Carver Spencer has made it, I've now lived to see 7 mayors, right? Vincent Shotman was the mayor when I was first born, right? Obviously, I was a kid. I don't know that much, but I know he was white, and I know whatever. He was in office for 12 years. Bro, between Vince, Cara, and between Vince, Slay, Vince, Slay, Lyda, and now Cara, fam, that's 36 years between all of those mayors. The 3 black mayors we had, 16 years. Tashara just had to play cleanup duty for most of her term for the 20 years before her. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? She inherited some bullshit. But motherfuckers like, oh man, you ain't hurry up and turn that bitch ass shit around. Next, get out of there. Next person. Nigga, what? All I know is this. Hey, let me say this. Hey, Carver, I don't know if you're going to watch this. I don't know if I'm going to share it with you. Tell you this. I heard your shit about what you're going to do downtown, which you've never mentioned in one form. You said at no point in time. I heard you say potholes, trash, and snow. It better not be a pothole in the city before the year out. I bet not see a tire in an alley nowhere. And when it snow, whoever salt the streets better be out here 3 days early. And I ain't even talking about just the main roads. I'm talking about the back roads too. But continue.
All right. So let me ask you this. You know how they say, like, I guess white police officers shouldn't patrol black neighborhoods because, like the situation with Mike Brown and stuff like that, they can't understand. Do you feel it's that same way with politicians? Like you need a black person in office because they can relate, to the black people.
I won't say that as an absolute truth. Hold on. I just turned my car on. I gotta make sure this mother ain't about to do nothing stupid. Hold on, give me 1 second, Sarge.
All right. Yeah, no, Wayne over here dropping the jewels fiat.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're kind of loud.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you turn your volume down a little bit?
Yeah, this shit through my car. I'm trying to change. I'm
Yeah, it sound like them mugs super loud.
trying to take
I don't hear, I don't hear nothing now.
it for my car and put it back through my ear.
Okay.
Hold on.
I know Wayne over here dropping jewels. He dropping jewels for y'all.
Give me a
Dropping
second.
jewels for y'all.
Hold on. Give me a second. I do.
Hey,
I'm trying to get this connected back to my ear. All right, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
So, all right, cool. You can hear me?
Yep,
All
got you.
right, cool. My bad. My bad, people. What was we just talking about?
Do you think black people can relate? Black politicians should be in the black neighborhoods instead of white.
Okay. I will say that's not exactly an absolute, but I do believe there should. Our board of aldermen should also represent. You know what I'm saying? It should have some semblance of representation. Like the South Side got a big foreign community. I don't know how many foreigners, if there are any, on our board of aldermen. You get what I'm saying? The North Side is
Yeah,
predominantly black, so any ward that's covered by black people, I mean, it would be preferable that a black face would be over it. You know what I'm saying? Because people respond better to people who look like them. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's not even racism or nothing. That's just the truth. People respond better to people who look like them. So I won't say it's an absolute truth because it's also just because a motherfucker look like you, they can be on some bullshit. They can be out for themselves.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, hell, I personally feel like most of the politicians we have in our city are phantom leaders. If you took, go ahead, go. There you go. That's why you call it look like that now, nigga. You don't know how to drive. Anywho, anywho, be out for self. Like, you know, we done had aldermen that went down for bribery and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Lying in their pockets and all types of goofy ass shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you took the entire board of aldermen, which fun fact is 15 of them, it's 14 that run wards and then the president of the board of aldermen, which makes 15. If you took the vast majority, if you took all of them and put them in a room with 10,000 people, random people from the city of St. Louis, I'm willing to bet you at max, and I'm being generous on this, 10% of people would know who exactly they're looking at. They like, you just put them in the crowd, you don't got them on stage or nothing like that. I'm willing to bet about 10% of them, 10% of people would know who those people are.
Mhm.
I feel like we have a lot of phantom leaders in this city and we don't see or hear from a lot of these people until it's time to get reelected. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of them don't, it's like, hence why the second they start seeing they flyers and all that shit, they be on some old, man, that nigga ain't never did nothing, which some of them really ain't doing shit. But the ones who have, it's like shit, they don't know who the fuck to give the credit to. They gonna get it. They gonna give the credit or the blame to the most popular person that they can think of, which usually is the mayor. So it's like, yeah, man, we got a lot of phantom leaders. A lot of them are not very accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them are not accessible at all. And you know, like most people don't even know what ward they live in. They don't know what they alder person looks like. They can't get in contact with them. None of that. You know what I'm saying? And what people need to understand, and which is why I personally want to run for alderman, and why I think people should pay more attention to than just the mayor, is because they also control the city, but they control the area you in. Y'all want to wonder why all these beauty supplies and shit getting opened up? That don't get opened up without the alderman's approval.
Facts.
That Vaco that somebody just bought next to your shit, they gotta approve that.
Facts. Hey,
That
look,
yard,
let me say
yeah, go
this.
ahead.
Anybody like a good thing to even show you what Wayne talk about. If you never watched this, watch The Wire when Cuddy tried to open a gym. He had to go through the aldermen and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Like they, you know what I'm saying? The aldermen of like short of them trying to build a stadium or a hospital or something major in their wards, you know what I'm saying? When that happens, then that becomes a big, you know what I'm saying? Something major is a big group decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say we got a basketball team and they're like, oh yeah, we trying to build a basketball stadium over here on the north side. Like, you one person don't just get to approve that getting built over there. Like, nah. That's a group discussion.
Right.
But for anything short of that, streets being repaved, streets being renamed,
right,
businesses getting opened up, all that type of stuff, that's all on the alderman. But people are ignorant or just blatantly stupid, because ignorance is to just not know.
Right.
Stupidity is just to not, you know what I'm saying, to not even care to find out. So, yeah, man, that's all on your alderman, but people don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They like, look, if it's not put right here in my face, I don't care about it. And unfortunately, that's a lot of Black people problem.
So let me talk about this the speak back what you were talking about a few questions ago. I think I saw T-Double put this. He was like, can you explain how like all the old Black folks and Black allies, they saw their future of the city, but the millennials, the Gen Z, and the alphas, they sat and watched it happen. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it. As far as the old heads, we know it's a lot of, especially amongst Black people, it's a lot of greedy ass old motherfuckers. What's in it for them? They don't give no fuck about shit as long as they get their motherfucking slice of the pie. That's unfortunate. I was highly disappointed at all these motherfucking pastors and clergy members that I seen shuck. I don't even use the term shucking and jiving and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one who plays the race card a lot. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Hey, you want some soul shoe? Can I jug some watermelons for you, boss? All these, the amount of pastors and clergymen that I seen out here doing all this bitch ass tap dancing for Carver Spencer, man. Hoes, harlots, fucking midnight ballerinas, okay? Coochie, twat, chocha, hot pocket, coin purse, whatever other term you can come up with for vagina is what the fuck they are. And that's what the fuck they sold. Cause they, you know what I'm saying? And then it don't help that they old. So they like, shit, I'm gonna get mine. Shit, I ain't got that much longer to live. They don't give no fuck. But as far as millennials and Gen Z and all the other shit just watched it happen, these motherfuckers care more about dumbass shit like they're being like, they care about more dumbass shit like motherfucking, oh my God, my feelings was hurt about some shit that don't make no fucking sense than voting. My vote don't matter. My one vote don't count. This doesn't, yeah, man, what the fuck my little pussy ass vote gonna do? Hey, Soldier, let me ask you a question, right? Hey, if somebody gave you $1, you would be happy, right?
Yeah.
That $1 don't do much for you, right? But hey, if 10,000 people gave you $1, you got 10 grand, right?
Fact, that make me
That's
real happy.
You see what I'm saying? That's how voting works, you fucking idiots. That's how voting works, you fucking dumbasses. They just sat back and watched. And then add insult to injury to compound what T-Dubbo said is that mugs sat there and they watched it happen, but they still got they watched it happen, didn't go vote or voted for what the fuck somebody told them to go vote for, or just because they had this dang towards the Shara. And then they bitch asses still gonna complain. In 6 to 8 months, hey, Soldier, in 6 to 8 months, because tax time about to end. In 6 to 8 months, when motherfucking this goofy bitch who was just so adamant in the comment section, who voted for Carver Spencer about getting rid of these pie holes, when that motherfucking '08 Ultima that motherfucker hit a pie hole and blow the axle and transmission out that motherfucker. They gonna be on Carver head about, oh my man, this bitch says who's gonna fix this? Oh my God. I can't believe I voted for her. Hey, these bitch ass niggas who motherfucking 28, 29, 30, 40 plus in fucking bedazzled belts and purses and ski masks, who too fucking cool to vote, who too cool to fucking vote, who got a fucking Glock 19 with an extendo hanging out of it, literally for the look, have no enemies whatsoever. Hey, when the fucking now state-controlled police flag y'all motherfuckers and target y'all gonna be like, what the fuck, man, the city on some bullshit, man, I was just telling, man, can't believe they came after me. Hey, bitch ass nigga, if you would have got the fuck out and voted, you could have did something about that. You could have did something about that. No, I don't do that politics shit. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
fucking idiots, bro. Oh, I got one more thing to add on this, because I think this is the same post I seen somebody say they don't fuck with the voting shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They was talking this revolution shit.
Hold on, before you go, that's the
go ahead.
That's the next query. I saw that too. So also, even before I asked that, I saw like you said, it's 21%. I know people like Stacy, people like you, other people that I know who actually drove people around, like went to go pick people up to take them to the voting polls, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, volunteer.
Yeah.
And the guard, what you was gonna say, you said people always feel like voting is dead. I saw your post, but you said they not willing to get their hands dirty for the revolution they asking for. Can you talk about that?
First, let me get to the driving people to the polls thing. First things first, salute to anybody who literally volunteered their time, they car, and all types of shit to get motherfuckers out the vote. Salute to anybody that did that. Cool. I did it for my neighborhood because I stayed mostly around, elderly folks. You know what I'm saying? I took like 8 older ladies, you know what I'm saying, that's on walkers and canes and shit, who I took them up to go, you know what I'm saying, to go to polling places to go vote, right? Cool, boom. Now, as far as that question, as far as the revolution thing, right? Hey, you know what's wild? I hear a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of people sit up here and talk this revolution shit, right? A lot of black people talk this, right? I'm a path of least resistance guy myself. Whatever route is going to get me to the goal with the least amount of resistance is the route I would prefer to take. But that doesn't mean that's the only route I will take. You get what I'm saying? And you have a lot of people that talk this revolution shit. Revolutions are done with dirty work and bloodshed. And unfortunately, it be a lot of soft ass, weak ass, puss ass, bitch ass, mark ass, weak ass people.
Facts.
Talking this revolution shit. This is what they be talking about. But it's like, no, you ain't really about that. It sound good, but you ain't willing. If you ain't willing to die about it, what you talking revolution for?
Right.
But you want to know what it really is. They ain't really about it. Hey, soldier, let's hit the time machine. Let's go back to 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mike Brown got killed. May that man rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Condolences to his mama and his pops and his step pops to this day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they fucked up Ferguson and part. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit, right? And it was hella people that was like, "Hey, man, why y'all not gonna take that shit to Clayton?" You want to know why they didn't take it to Clayton? Because them niggas ain't really about it.
Facts.
That's why they didn't go to fucking Clayton. Because you want to know why? Hey, I got to get in my car. I got to drive over here. Bro, the closer and closer they get to that motherfucker, the more and more they like, yeah, I don't really care that much. Yeah, I don't care that much about this. But I can wild out right here because this where everybody wilding out at. Nobody want to be like, if you really about it, you don't care if you got backup.
Yeah, they got the tanks and stuff with Clay. They have you what you're supposed to go to where is that?
Yeah, if you really about it, you don't give a fuck about backup. You know what I'm saying? You don't give a fuck about the consequences, but nah, all you motherfuckers just waiting on shit to calm down, and there'd be enough people that when you get on your bullshit, or even somebody else kick off the bullshit, it's like, all right, cool, they done already started, so I can get my bullshit in and get out the way. Less chances of me getting caught. That's how motherfuckers thinking about it. Hey, so this is my best analogy for that, right? For the Ferguson and Clayton shit, right? Hey, if you had beef with a mug in St. Charles from downtown, if you mob all the way to St. Charles, you really mad about that. You really feel a way about that.
Facts.
When a motherfucker like, man, nigga, I ain't going all the way to St. Charles, or you attempted, get brolic and poke your chest out, and then you get past Jenny Station Road, and you be like, you know what I'm saying? You less and less care about this. Like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. Some of these dumbass niggas who broke your shit in Ferguson and all these other little puss ass protests and shit, motherfuckers tired of marching. But that's all the fuck y'all want to do, because y'all want to use it as cover for little bitch ass shit y'all on. That's not a revolution. You niggas are just thieves.
Mm-hmm.
That's all y'all is. So don't talk no revolution shit if you're not willing to motherfucking die about it. If you're not willing to get your hands dirty about it, don't even mention the fucking word revolution. Right. For a revolution, get your bitch ass something food.
Facts. Hey, like I said, this is why we need to educate people to make it make sense. So look, Wayne, I know you about to pick your daughter. Do you have anything else that you? I still got a little time. Time. You ask me a couple more questions. Okay, cool. So, what do you feel like you said, people gonna be complaining, after, just like they doing now with Donald Trump now, everybody they the one voted this people in. Like, so for the people who did, vote for, I guess the short of want to see change and all this, what do you feel they can do? Because they we did what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? So what do you feel the people who did go do, who do want to create change, what do you feel they can do?
My bad, you was breaking up. Could you just say that last part one more time?
Yeah, I said, so for the people who did go out to vote, who really do want to create change, who's not part of the majority of people who didn't vote, what do you feel they can do to create change? Because the 20-some% who did go out,
what they can do is actually help to cultivate said change. Unfortunately, everybody wants the motherfucking work did for them. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to politics, people like politicians get away with what the fuck they want to do because most of the people don't pay attention to what the fuck going on. So to the people that actually voted, you know what I'm saying? To the people that actually voted, you gonna actually have to help cultivate that change that you say you want. Unfortunately, a lot of y'all are gonna be highly disappointed when y'all try to cultivate that change, and they be like, yeah, no, we're gonna go in a different direction. Thanks for the vote, though. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them gonna be real mad. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be real perturbed. Right. Now, the people who already on board, the people who voted and are on board with the shit Carl was spitting, they're gonna be happy because it's like, hey, I'm already on board with what you're talking about. So they're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they get what they want. Now, if they don't get what they want, then, they're going to be pissed too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And she just declared downtown to be the best downtown ever, and they just got onto Shara head about not doing shit in 4 years. Downtown St. Louis better be a motherfucking utopia. I bet not see a homeless, nothing down there. The grass better be green. It better be speedy lines to do shit in City Hall. Motherfucking, downtown better be motherfucking immaculate.
Look, wait, let me say this. So what would you say? Okay, what if, just like in a presidential race and his race, when people say, they vote for the lesser of two evils. So what if they don't like neither candidate? Should they not vote? But our ancestors died for the right for us to vote. So do you think they should vote for, even if they don't like both candidates? What do you think about it?
This is where that people need to be educated thing comes in, right? Fun fact for all of you people that feel that way. First things first, like you said, people fought, and if you are of a brown, black, if you're black, people fought and died literally for you to have the right to fucking vote. And then, like a fucking idiot, you went and registered to fucking vote, but don't do it.
Right.
Fucking stupid, right? But whatever. If it's the lesser, if it's the lesser of two evils, motherfucking pick who you gonna vote for. But let's just say you like, I don't fuck with neither one of them. You know they have this thing on ballots called a write-in, where you can literally write in who the fuck you want to vote for. And your vote will literally go to them. Now, I'll openly admit, would they more than likely win? Probably not. More than likely not. But, hey, you can take pride and solace in the fact that your vote went to who the fuck you wanted to vote for. Hey, remember when Trump ran the first time and Kanye West was a part of that motherfucking and shit? Right? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Hey, you know it was people who was like, I don't fuck with none of these candidates, that they voted for Harambe. Hey, Harambe, the dead gorilla that got shot in the zoo when that white lady child jumped in the thing, that gorilla got like 8,000 votes or something like that?
Right, yeah.
8,000 people voted for a dead gorilla, and they literally reported it. They reported the 8,000 votes. Yeah, Harambe got. Hey, it was a kid, I think like Milwaukee or some shit, that literally fucking had a vote where it like, bro, it was a 14-year-old. His name is These Nuts. Do you know people? Hey, his name was literally. You think I'm bullshitting? Go Google it. It was a fucking 14-year-old
Oh my God.
who literally fucking somehow, some way filled out the fucking paperwork to get on the ballot and got on the ballot. I think he ran independent or some shit, and his name was These Nuts. You know, people went and actually voted for These Nuts?
That's crazy, bro. That shit crazy.
In American democracy.
These ninjas.
You see what I'm saying? Like, people literally voted for a fucking dead gorilla. People voted during that election, people voted for a dead gorilla and a fucking and These Nuts. I can't make that up. Okay.
These gorillas.
So for the people who like, I don't fuck with neither person.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Are those people more than likely gonna win? Fuck no. But hey, go fucking vote anyway.
Get y'all to go vote. You see this, man? Go take y'all ass out of vote.
Go fucking vote anyway. Because guess what? You want to know what's wild? Let's go back to some radical shit for a little bit, revolution type shit. You want to know what's wild? These same motherfuckers like my vote don't count and all that other shit. Oh, dumbass and Chief is on a lot of dumb shit in that White House right now. Let some shit slip out that motherfucking he gonna try to take away the right to vote from motherfuckers who are registered to vote but don't vote. Those same people who never fucking vote gonna be up in arms and mad. Man, fuck, nah, that nigga ain't taking my vote. What the fuck? Nigga, what? I wish that babe, I wish that tangerine colored nigga would take my fucking vote.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers are fucking idiots, bro. And they literally feel like, hey, I'm a rebel against the machine by having the right to do something, but not doing it. But the second somebody's ready to fucking take it from you, now you want to defend it. You wasn't fucking using it no way.
Facts.
Now, I would be against that because, nigga, that's my fucking right to vote. And I actually vote. But at the same time, you don't get to bitch and complain like I get to bitch and complain because I actually vote. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. Yeah, bro. Don't use the fucking vote anyway.
Let me ask you this before you get out of it. What do you think about all the Elliot Davis stuff that was
going on? Elliot Davis. I'm gonna be real. I was a big fan of him. He was on Channel 5 News, if I'm not mistaken. I remember, Channel 5. It was the You Paid For It joints. Yeah. Lady, please don't hit my car. Thank you. My bad. I'm in this parking lot. I just my last. So my thing with Elliot Davis shit, I was a big fan of him on whatchamacallit. I'll be real though. I'll admit I wasn't a big fan of a lot of the shit he was saying, but he still is a very well informed guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He was a very well informed guy. But I do feel like he had a lot of biasness in his rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that. But I do believe he's well informed. The dude was on the news for like what, 30, 40 years, some shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he done covered every inch of this motherfucker. So he knows what he's talking about. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like he kept the same energy with whatchamacallit, because Cara had a lot of bullshit under her motherfucking name. There's even motherfuckers who allege that she motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, that she snort coke.
Mhm.
Like, apparently on the South Side, like, that's not a secret that, like, you know, I don't know this. This is literally just what I heard,
Mhm.
right? It's motherfuckers who out South like, nah, Cara Spencer do booger shit. You know what I'm saying? Avidly. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She ran on all of these principles that she didn't even complete in her own ward. She was a member of the SLDC, but then you called them corrupt
Mhm.
when you wanted to run for mayor, but you was a part of it. It's a lot of shit she should have got called out on. Now, Tashara Jones called her out on a gang of that shit. But it's like in the case of dude Elliot Davis, it's like I always felt like he was an impartial guy on the you paid for it joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I kind of see like, you know what I'm saying, that nah, he really not. You know what I'm saying? It's like if he has a disdain against you, you know what I'm saying? Because he more than likely he didn't lie about nothing he said. Like I said, he's a very informed guy. But I feel like I wish he would have had that energy towards both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But then again, he don't work for the news no more, so he can say shit how the fuck he want to say it. So, you know, that's his choice.
All right, Wayne, before you get out of here, any closing remarks, anything you want to tell the people?
Closing remarks, things I want to tell the people. Yeah, I'm gonna say this now. I gotta go in here and go pick my baby up from school. To all you bitch ass niggas who was tap dancing, for promises that's more than likely not gonna get fulfilled, I don't want to hear your cries or your complaints or your sympathy. When you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear you snitching in motherfucking in a year or two when those promises wasn't fulfilled, because hey, you gave your vote up for that. To all you niggas that didn't vote, get your goofy ass out and vote next time. Get more informed, get more educated. To all you motherfucking spaghetti strap, big back, no neck, little leg, skeet ponytail bitches that was talking crazy about Tashara Jones, even though that lady never did anything to you, feel free to inhale sausage. Feel free to do that. You know what I'm saying? The amount of shit I seen motherfuckers throwing that lady name was absolutely asinine. Like, I get calling that lady out on her faults because you're a fucking public official, so you know what I'm saying, you sign up for that. But motherfuckers was straight talking like they was ready to fight this lady, bro. That shit was making me mad. Like, hey, all you motherfucking boy, oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. Go inhale whatever you can fit your mouth around. And then on top of that, man, get more informed, get more educated about how your city works. Because the shit that goes, whoever's elected as the people in your city, that affects you immediately. Shit that passed federally does affect you, but it may or may not affect you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But shit that passed immediately in your city, that affects you directly. Immediately after a motherfucker get in office. So pay attention to that, man. Get hip, get educated, man. And you know what I'm saying? Stop being so closed-minded to shit, man. You motherfuckers, especially, and I'm talking to black people on this, motherfuckers want to talk all this generational wealth shit and all this other shit. Hey, news flash. The people that provide generational wealth for they motherfucking families, bro, they're not ignorant or stupid. They learn shit, and they're always learning shit. You can't talk about getting no motherfucking money if you don't know how to fucking get the money. And how you learn how to get money, you have to read shit. Learn shit. Simple as that, man. And yeah, man, your boy, you know what I'm saying? I announced this once, but I'm announcing it here again. 2027, I'm running for alderman for 14th Ward. So that's that.
All right. I appreciate you, Wayne. You know, as always, you always come on here and drop jewels, whether it's about battle rap, politics, or whatever's going on in the industry, man.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot about a lot, but I know a little bit about everything. So you know what I'm saying? I try to be a purveyor of information, man. We here at the Mart provide a litany of services. You know what I'm saying? And I try to be a one-stop shop for a lot of things. In this particular case, it was information. So
there you go. All right. Well, until next time, man, till we meet again and talk about some. Salute to you, brother. Have a good day.
most definitely, Soldier, man. It's good talking to you, pimp.
Always. Bars. Talk
Yep.
to you later.
Yep.